All right, I'm here.
Awesome. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen now.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So first thing I like to do before I get into reporting is to just ask you if you have any questions in regards to your marketing. Any specific things that you want to go over today?
Well, I know Yelp is screwing me, like they're screwing everybody else.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
they're extorting everybody right now, so
Yes.
I've lost all my reviews on there. So
What?
yeah,
Uh,
I've gone from I think I had 160 plus 5-star reviews,
right.
and I told them I wasn't gonna pay $800 a month.
Mhm.
Literally a month later, I was down to like 80, and now I'm probably at like 20 or 30 reviews. They're
You're
taking every
kidding
review.
me.
Yeah, and they're doing it to a lot of people. But
I know, but that's
right, yeah, I got into it with the
absolutely
guy because
ridiculous.
I told him I have a lot of reviews and we get so many calls, so I'm not really interested. And
Right.
sure enough, I was losing 5 or 6 a day, and since then, see
We're at
55.
55.
So I was at 160 2 months ago, and if you look at the not recommended, there's about
Yeah.
there's probably a
You already know
hundred
I'm
and some.
scrolling down to it.
Yeah, they're screwing us bad. 167 not
Wow.
recommended. That's because I told them I wasn't interested.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
terrible.
yeah.
Uh,
So um, canceling everything with them. A lot of people are. Lots of my competitors had
mhm.
like 20 or 30 reviews, and
Mhm.
I talked to them. They only lost 2 or 3, and they were all
Yeah.
upset. And I told them I lost 100 plus, and every day
Uh-huh.
I lose 2 or 3 more. So I'm going to be at 0 reviews probably within about a month or two.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately, Yelp is still considered a high authority review site. Just
right.
because of
So
their reputation on Google, you can go search for, any service, whether it's HVAC or not, and Yelp is typically in the top 5 results. So
yep.
it's considered a high authority review site, um, and it does have a lot of pull just because of the name, and search engines, unfortunately, tend to look for those. But consumers are gravitating more towards organic search results on search engines rather than going from one search engine to another. So I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, and you guys still have 55 reviews, and it's 4.5 stars roundabout. So I mean,
Right.
it sucks. It
Right.
really
Yep.
does. But thankfully, you guys are still sitting really pretty at this moment.
Well, no, I'm just gonna focus on Google from now on. I want to build.
Absolutely.
I
Oh,
want
that's what I tell
150
everybody. I
reviews
say
on
I say
Google. Yeah.
Yelp is a bunch of crooks.
Right.
They
Right.
don't care unless you're paying them money.
Right.
So and Google, anyways. I mean, regardless. Sorry about that. Regardless, a directory search listing or a directory listing is never going to hold more value than a
Mhm.
search engine, whether it be Yahoo, Bing, Google, Firefox, whatever you use, MSN even.
Right.
It's always going to hold more value than a directory listing. So I completely agree with you on that. Now, one thing that I did want to remind you, um, I know that you guys don't really have a whole lot of nearby now engagement right now, but
Right.
your nearby now is set up to request Google reviews. So
Mhm.
even if you didn't even want to mess with any reviews going to your website right now, we could set that up and do it that way.
Well, I have in my program, the dispatch program,
Uh
we
huh.
have a lot of that stuff. We have a newsletter. We have a lot of stuff that goes out,
Oh,
and after
fantastic.
every job, yeah, it does send out emails after we're done with
Are
a
y'all
link to
using Service
Google and Yelp.
Titan?
No, I use House Call Pro. I don't like
Oh,
Service Titan. It's too expensive.
ain't that the
We
truth?
use House Call Pro, and yeah, it sends out an automated text once we're done
Uh
asking
huh.
for a review, and then the day later it'll send an email with a link to leaving a review on Google. And I've gotten like 30 or 40 reviews in the last couple months because of that.
That's awesome. I'm just gonna to document that using House Call Pro as an internal CRM. Sends out text messages and it's just automatic.
Yeah, yeah. I can change it too, so I can customize it. I can actually change who it sends to if I don't want to send it to certain customers. It does all that same
Perfect.
stuff that
Does
Service
it
Titan does, and
quarantine the reviews at all if it's like a negative review?
I don't know what that means. Well, it
There's
doesn't go
some
typically
systems.
to them. It goes they go straight to Google's website.
Okay.
It doesn't go to like a third party website.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
some of these systems have it to where they quarantine the reviews so
Mhm.
that you have a chance. Like, let's say if it's a 5-star review, it goes straight through. If it's a 4-star review, typically it goes straight through. But 3 stars and below, some of these systems will ask about that, and then if it's like 3-star below, they quarantine it for like a week or so, and then they basically say, hey, reach out to this
Hmm.
person. They're unhappy, and you reach out to them and you try to get the review rating up, basically.
Okay.
And there's
Huh.
also some of these systems too have like it's like a little quiz or something where basically if you give anything less than a 4-star review, then they basically shut you down and say thank you so much for submitting this. But if it's like
Mhm.
a 4 or 5-star review, then they push them through to the review site. So there's
Okay.
there's so many little things that these CRMs do that I like to just ask so I know for the future.
Mhm.
But this House Call Pro sounds awesome. I'm always on the lookout for things like this for our customers, especially those that are
Right.
lower priced, because if there's something little like this that we can help them out with, I love doing
Right.
that. So thank you for letting me know about that. I
Yeah.
want to do a little bit more research and
Well, it does 80% of what Service Titan does,
uh
and
huh.
is like $120 a month for unlimited.
Dang.
Whereas
Okay.
Service Titan wanted, they wanted like $1,200 just for three
Right.
people to be able
Yeah.
to use it. So it
Okay.
much better and much more affordable.
Okay. Portable version of Service Titan, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know about that.
No problem.
Okay. So that's awesome. So one thing that I want to say then, if we're not going to use Nearby Now, let's talk about allocating those funds to something else. Because
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and let you spend money on something that you're not going to use. It's ridiculous,
Mhm.
especially with it being such a high priced service. Um, so currently, right now, oh, you're on the day and night plan. Okay, so I can't. I don't know if I can switch that around. Let me talk with accounting and see if I can switch that because it's part of the Platinum Elite plan. So it's all kind of combined in this one bundle. Let me ask if I'm able to reallocate that.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna put that in here.
Yeah, because I think we spend like $6,000 a year on the Platinum Elite or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's about right. And then Ferguson pays the other half.
Right. I guess if you can just make sure we're trending as high as possible on Google. I mean, that's the main thing. I do have another SEO company that still works with us as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're so affordable and they've been with me for years and they do a fantastic job. So I can't cancel them, but I
Mm-hmm.
just kind of have two companies. So I guess if
Hey,
you could
that
just make
that's
sure we're
totally
doing good.
fine. As long as we're working in conjunction and we're not going and,
No,
messing up what the other company's doing or anything like that.
no,
Um,
actually I've had them for the 2 years I've been with you guys and there's never been any issues.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I can say that your overall SEO results are pretty decent. I would like to see the number of visits going to your website. Now, this is for all time that we've had you inside of AWR, which is our SEO tracking tool. So,
Mhm.
I want to say it's like a year and a half or so. I would love to see more visits coming in. But your other numbers are fantastic. Like your ratio from visits to page views are fantastic. So what that's telling me is that you're getting a lot of conversions.
Okay.
Typically, if someone hops on your website and then they hop right back off, um, which is actually affecting this bounce rate and this session duration, like that's when you probably didn't get that lead, right? But
Right.
I mean, you're looking at what 2,800 visits, 4,000 page views. A lot of people are going and looking at other pages. Um, this average session duration of being 57 seconds is actually really good. We like
Mm.
to see it right around a minute because that means, typically a consumer is not going to sit there and read every single piece of content on your page about a service, especially whenever it's a conversion piece. You know, you're not actually telling them what you're doing in an AC repair or an AC installation. What you're doing is saying, this is why you want to go with me. You know, we guarantee our work and so on and so forth, right?
Right.
And then that bounce rate being 44.9%, that's actually a really great bounce rate. The bounce is whenever somebody leaves before a certain time period. And it's to be taken with a grain of salt because it's based off of a reporting tool's version of a bounce. You know, so this is to be taken with a grain of salt because this bounce rate is typically set to 45 seconds. So it's like, I mean, it's kind of, it may be a bounce, but it also may be a conversion. It's, you know, once again, be taken with a grain of salt. So I also did go in here and check out your keyword ranking for the past month. So we've got 124 key phrases that are in first place on Google, 174 in the top 3, 187 in the top 5, 194 in the top 10, and then we're tracking 196 in total. So really great. Now I will go through AWR too and just check out which phrases we are tracking because that's obviously a big deal because who cares if you're ranking for, you know, a lawn mowing business, you know what I mean? You can be ranking for all sorts of phrases, and we don't typically put those inside of AWR, of course, but I do like to make sure that the phrases that we are tracking are not like long tail phrases that nobody's ever going to search. You know, because that doesn't benefit you at all because if you ever do get a search for that, it's typically a one-time thing. Like most people aren't going to search for AC repair installation service in city X, you know? So I try to go in there and clean it up rather often. And I've done most of it since, you know, we've got day and night reporting coming out. So I've kind of been in everybody's business like crazy lately. Okay, let's see. Another thing, let me just pull up the analytics for Yext. And this is, you know, your local listings reporting tool. And do you have the logins for this? I did create an account probably a year and a half back. So all of our clients have their own personal accounts in here. So I always recommend coming in here at least once and checking out what the tool does because it gives you a really good idea of what you're paying for. And you'll see that we've done some backlinking. You'll see that we add in, you know, at least 2 pictures each month, sometimes a lot more. You know, kind of depending on what you send to me. If you send me like a whole album worth of pictures, then I'm going to go through and make sure you're getting at least 5 each month or something like that. Also, you know, you can go through and click on each of your local business listings and actually view each of your listings. So you can view that Yelp page, you can view that Yellow Page, you can view, you know, show that your Alexa is set up, show that, you know, your Google Maps and whatever it may be. There's so many of them in here. You know, it's great to just kind of go through and see what you look like online if you're interested in that sort of thing. You can also monitor reviews and, of course, your full-on analytics. Now, you are actually one of our showcases. This is a great this is a great idea of you know what happens whenever you stick with this for you know a certain amount of time. You guys really killed it this summer. You guys got a ton of
busy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going to be because you're basically showing Google that you're alive, you know, and having those monthly updates and having all your correct information out there and things like that. And thankfully, you know, we shut down most of these listings so that, you know, no external user can come in and switch stuff up. And competitors absolutely love coming in and putting in their phone number into your Google business listing or your Yelp.
Oh, no.
So, oh, yeah. So we're always going in there and monitoring that. They're completely shut down. Nobody can even add anything. Like even if you were to go log into your Yelp page and try to change your phone number, you wouldn't be able to. So that change would never be live. So that's the benefit to having this. You have to come into the Knowledge Manager and actually change up this information yourself. So we have them locked down very, very tight.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. So so December is kind of still an incomplete month in here. So I'm going to skip over the reporting for December. That's why a lot of these are going down some. But for November, I mean, you guys did extremely well, especially compared to last year. I mean, you're looking at 50 phone calls, 29 website clicks last year. And now we've got 94 and 47. So a lot more
been
people
busy.
are calling you.
Mhm.
And a lot more people are asking for directions as well. That's kind of a newer thing. It seems like more consumers are looking to see where their HVAC contractors are located. They want to know, like,
Right.
what part of town are you in? How long is it going to take for you to get to me? What does your storefront business look like? That sort of
Right.
thing. So
I will say this last summer was the most insane summer ever. As you can tell from 2017 to 18, it's like,
yeah,
it's just, yeah, it was we're getting 300 calls every single day.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, and it's probably going to get even crazier this next summer.
right,
That's kind of how it tends to work. So,
right.
just judging, the increase from, the year, well, I can't say last year, but from 2017 to 2018, you may want to consider hiring on some summer help.
Oh, I've already I just hired 3 guys. So, yeah.
Fabulous. Love it. Love it. And,
I won't have
that's,
anything to do in February, March, or April, but we'll be ready for summer.
yep, that's what matters,
Yeah. Right.
and this, and it's not necessarily that you won't have anything to do, because honestly, with this trend, I would not be surprised if you're still getting quite a bit of business in there.
Right.
um that's kind of how it tends to work. Once you're up there and you're up on top on Google, you kind of, everything else shifts to go up,
Right.
so let's say, in February, I mean, I don't really know too much how California's weather is. I've heard it's pretty moderate.
Mhm.
But most people, at least here in Texas, we have to have some sort of AC, heater, something going on pretty much at all
Sure.
times, because it's either really hot or really cold here. Right now
Right.
it's actually really cold because it's raining and kind of gross outside, but
Right.
tomorrow it may be 90. So
Sure. How it goes here too. Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
We can also take a look at your Google search queries. So this is pretty cool. This is going to be your direct versus discovery searches. So this is kind of going to ebb and flow. Sometimes it may be really high, sometimes it may be really low. It just really
Right.
depends on what people are searching for at that time, and we kind of have to take that trend, which thankfully Google Business Listing provides us with a lot of the information that people are finding and searching for, uh, especially in your area. And we can kind of move around to target those phrases, rather, like, let's say
Right.
if they differ from what your phrases are. Thankfully we're able to do that. So for just November alone, we were at 2,305 discovery searches and 526 direct searches.
Wow.
And it looks like you guys got a ton more repeat business this year.
Right.
And that's kind of how it tends to happen. Once you guys get up there and people start noticing you and seeing who you are, you're going to see that happen a lot more often. And
Right.
especially if you guys are polite when you come out, and people enjoy
Sure.
having you over there, they're gonna keep that card on the refrigerator, or whatever it may be, and
Right. Right.
call you back. So,
Yep.
and then let's see, for November we had 437 listing searches versus 302 last year. And that's just going to be how many times you're pulling up in those directory listings. So,
Yeah.
Facebook, Yelp, Foursquare, all of those. When someone's searching for a key phrase, that's what this is.
Right. Right.
Um, Profile views are at 123, so this has actually gone down a little bit, but that's
Oh.
also because a lot of these directory listings are becoming less and less important now.
Right.
Whenever it comes to consumers finding you, now whenever it comes to search engines finding you, it's a whole nother ball game, and that's kind
Mhm.
of where local listings has kind of transferred to over the last year. It's less about consumers being able to find you and call you. It's more about a search engine being able to recall your reputation.
Right.
So this is totally normal, but once again, 123 profile views, pretty good.
Right.
Um, it was definitely a lot higher last year, but we'll keep an eye on it and kind of see how the trend goes. I mean, they may come back into style, you know.
Right.
But
Yeah.
so lastly, let's just go over, there's some more stuff in here, like listings
Cool.
device usage, like how many people are searching you on mobile versus desktop and things like that, which kind of cool, but I don't you know, in my opinion, I don't feel like they're that important.
Right.
You know what I mean? I will go over this too. It looks like we've suppressed 26 duplicates since you've been in here.
Some of that stuff I
And
don't even do in the I think your keywords there. But
oh, yep, that's actually pretty normal. So
yeah,
looks like
half of
hero
those aren't
repair
even
shop.
me.
You're always gonna get weird things like that pops up. You know, it's. I mean, I've got some, you know, that say like maid services, babysitting, things like that, and it pops
Right.
up. We're just, you know, which we're not really upset about. We're more like, hey, are we gonna get these good phrases in here? AC repair, air heating, air conditioning repair, things like that. Air compressor repair. Looks like you guys don't do that. Water jet cutting service. Not sure what that is.
No, that's all plumbing. Air
Okay,
purifier, none of that. We have Sanborn's Heating, and there's another company that's a competitor.
perfect. Well, you're getting their leads.
Huh.
BH heating, plumbing for and for whatever reason, I've actually noticed that a lot. Even you know, there are a lot of HVAC contractors that do plumbing as well. So I wonder if maybe that's kind of something that a search engine kind of puts into that niche, you know,
Maybe.
and just adds that on. I'm not really sure, but I do see that often.
Also,
Um,
there's no installation in there, and that's where we really make our money. Is installation.
right,
It's not in there.
exactly. So what we can do is go in and just check to see what we're targeting here in just a second in the Knowledge Manager,
Sure.
and make sure that your Google Business Listing is set up with the attributes of both repair and installation, and that should solve that issue. Now, whether or not it shows up on here, you know, that's going to just take some time, because, you know, as a reminder, this is just kind of like the main percentage of searches.
Hmm.
Now, if we were to go in and search maybe like by the month, we'd be able to see a lot more. And I'm also going to show you the insights on the back end of the Google Business Listing, because you'll see there's like sometimes, you know, 50 different pages, and that'll just be for the quarter. So
Okay.
I'll show you that as well. We've updated your listings 608 times since you've been in here.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Good.
pretty often.
Good. Good. All right. So you
Yeah.
guys are monitoring it then.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Good.
This
Cool.
is all it comes it. So I'm the director of local listings. So
Okay.
it all comes to me directly, and then I go through and I'm also head of day and night for, you know, in regards to marketing here at CI Web Group. So you
Right.
kind of get double audited.
Okay. Sure. Sure. Good. As long as
So
you're monitoring it, right?
oh
Because I'm
yeah,
not very hands-on. I'm out in the field, busy,
yeah.
so I need someone to take care of it.
Oh, absolutely. That's my job here, and you know, we've got quite a few other folks that have their hands in local listings as well. So, um, you know, this platform, you know, between all of our, you know, all of our customers, I mean, it's pretty much constantly being updated. Um, so, and we just kind of go down the list and see who's ready for their next update. We have it all scheduled out, so it's pretty it's pretty easy to kind of keep up with everything. And I'll show you the Knowledge Manager as well, and I think you'll be pretty happy with that and how that works.
Cool. Okay.
So for Google search views, we've got 66,564 since you've been in here. A little over 41,000 for Google Map views, 3,137 Bing search impressions, 118,152 Facebook page impressions. That's not bad at all. Network search impressions, 11,406. 3,916 profile views, 29 Facebook call to action clicks. That's actually, wow, that's
Really low.
crazy.
Is that low?
No, that's high. Most
Huh.
people, and I'm talking about like I've got some 1 hours that I manage as well,
Right.
and they'll
Right.
have like 2 or 3.
Oh wow.
So this is
Well,
high. I think this is the
I
highest
put
one I've ever seen.
pictures. I interact on my Facebook. Maybe they
That's
don't
that may
personally
be a
interact.
lot of it. Yeah, I mean, because the call to action click, I'll actually show you where that button is real quick. It's that little button at the top that says send message or contact us,
Oh.
and
Oh, you
that's
know what?
it.
It's because
It's just
I'm
that
always
one.
hiring. It's because I boost posts and I put hiring, and I get people looking for jobs that click that. That's probably why.
I bet that is what it is. But so that's extremely high. I have never seen that number before.
Oh.
I'm telling you, like most people get like 2 or 3. So, you know, whatever it is, you know, whether it's that you're hiring or that if it's a customer, I mean, regardless, that's fantastic.
Right.
And then total customer actions is 4,985, and that's going to be all those listings, other than Google, Bing, Facebook. What else? Google, Bing, Facebook, Yahoo. Those are the ones that are not put into the customer action. So this is going to be like, Foursquare, Yelp, things like that. When somebody comes in and actually either calls you directly from the listing or they go to your website.
Okay.
So pretty. Also, I think some of them have the email function as well. So, but overall, yeah, that's awesome. Looks like we've put in 590 photos, or no, maybe that's for all of them all together.
I've done a lot. I upload a lot of photos as well. Like
okay, that may be what that is. I mean, I was like, wow, that's a large number.
Yeah, I put pictures up of lots of our jobs.
Okay, that's awesome. That's like one of the best things you could possibly do.
Cool.
Next thing I will say, though, is that all those photos that you're putting up for jobs, we need to start adding those into your website. And I don't mean adding it into a photo gallery. I mean adding it into your actual service pages. That's going to help you immensely in regards to SEO. Okay, cool. Yeah. So let me make that an action item. That is not how you spell action. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't looking.
And I do want to say that if we are able to reallocate the funds, I would really love to add that into content writing.
Okay.
That is going to be one of your biggest. It's really one of the biggest assets that you're going to have for your business online.
All right.
Because that's how you get those SEO phrases. That's how you get.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Also, our Green Sky link, our financing link that you see up there, they changed that link. And they sent it to me, but I can't find it on my email. I was supposed to give that to you guys about a month ago.
Okay.
So yeah, I need to send that over. So I don't know who does it or who to send it to.
You just send it to me. So I'm gonna put this actually down in the bottom as well. So I'll put how to create a help desk ticket. So this is the best way to get in touch with us.
Right.
Once again, please excuse my typing today.
It's okay. No problem.
So all you have to do is just email me. So Kimberly M at ciwebgroup.com, and then you CC help at ciwebgroup.com, and this will automatically create a help desk system using your contact information in our CRM system. And basically what it does is it pops up right here, so that we're able to view it both from the CRM, from the help desk. It gets assigned to who it needs to go to, and then because I'm your account owner, I am updated through every single step in the process. If someone even breathes on the ticket, I get an email.
Cool.
So yeah, and it makes it really easy for me to manage these. I also, I get updated on them every day, so I can go in there and click on it and go, okay, this still hasn't been touched, or whatever it may be. So fantastic. Cool. I'm also seeing that your fav icon is gone. So, and that's going to be, as your website gets older, things are going to break on it. Fav icon, for whatever reason, seems to be like the first thing that's going for a lot of these older sites. So we'll get that kind of set up, fixed for you once we get that new website going. So, and before I get off, I have to remember to get you scheduled with Jasmine as well.
Yeah, and I got to get going pretty soon. I got a whole list of calls I got to get to.
Gotcha. Okay, let me do the last thing for Facebook. Sure. You've got 148 page views this past month, 6 page previews, which once again to be taken with a grain of salt. That's where someone is on a desktop computer and they're scrolling down their feed and they hover over your Facebook picture without clicking on it. So, not really the biggest status thing.
Sure. No problem.
Page views, 5. Fantastic. Post reach, 6,607. Oh my gosh. And I think you guys may have boosted something.
Sometimes I boost something. Yeah.
Beautiful. It was amazing. I suggest boosting 2 or 3 posts each month, and you're really going to see a ton of traffic coming in from Facebook.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, recommendation 6. That's amazing. That means that folks on Facebook are actually going and getting your link for your Facebook page and recommending it to their
Right.
friends and family.
Right.
Post engagements 193. That's commenting, liking, things like that, sharing even. Video views 1,346. Ooh, and I think you guys boosted one of them. That's why I'm seeing that.
Probably, yeah. Oh, yes, I did. Right.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Keep on doing it because this is great. Videos
Okay.
are always going to do better than photos. Every
Oh,
single
cool.
time. When it comes to actual conversions, now you may have less views on a video, but those that are actually going to be a conversion,
Right.
that a lot of those come from videos. So and also everybody that liked your page also followed it. So that's fantastic. Now, one
Cool.
thing that I do recommend doing while you're in here on Facebook,
Mhm.
let me pull this up really quick. I'm sure you already know how to do this, but I do like to hang on. I do like to make sure. If you have a boosted post, this is typically going to be folks that haven't already liked and followed your page that's interacting with it. And since you guys got a ton of post engagements, I recommend coming in here and let's see here. Where's this boosted post? So you can click on this. I think you got to do a couple different things to get to the place where I want to be. These likes right here, you may have to go to the actual news feed to do it. But everybody that's liking these things, make sure that you invite them to your page.
Oh, okay.
Have
Sure, I
you
can do that.
are you aware of how to do that?
Yeah, yeah, I can. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just click on there and it'll say invite.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do
And that
that.
way you're getting a bunch more a bunch more
Alright.
regular viewers.
Got
So
it.
yeah, here we
Okay,
go.
that's
So
easy.
awesome. Yeah, so that's about it for today. I do want to
Cool.
let you know though, if I am able to reallocate the funds, I would love to put them into that's not how you spell that. I would love to put them into content. I think that would
Okay.
be the most beneficial thing for your website, especially
Yeah.
since we're already into your refresh project. So
Right.
let me talk with finance and see if I'm able
Sure.
to do something like that.
Okay.
And yeah, and then let's go ahead and let's take a look when our next meeting's going to be. If we have one already set up, it looks like we
Sure.
don't. So what I'm going to do is set up recurring ones. Is this time good for you? Like, can we do something around 10:30 the first Wednesday of every month?
Yeah, so usually Pacific time for me in California,
Okay.
8 to 8:30, like 8:15, 8:30 a.m. is usually pretty good. I can't
Okay, then I'll
like go out and do calls,
schedule it
yeah.
for 8 then, and that way we have a little bit more time.
Sure.
And let's also get on Jasmine's schedule so I can do that. So I'll do 8 a.m. PST. Let's check out Jasmine's calendar and see where she has some openings. So she actually has time all today, tomorrow. I'll take off
She
mine.
can call me, I mean, it doesn't matter. She can call at 8 a.m., 8 a.m. any morning. I should be good.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and schedule it for tomorrow morning at your
Okay.
8.
Okay. Yep, just call me. I'll be waiting on tomorrow morning then. That's easy.
Awesome, perfect. And I'll have her update all of her information in here, and she'll be in touch with you then.
Okay, that sounds good. I appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. And just be on the lookout for those invites, except then they'll have all the
Great.
meeting room links in there. And I will talk to you next month, okay? Let me know if
Awesome. I
you have any
appreciate it.
questions over anything, okay?
I will. Thank you very much, Kimberly.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right.
Okay,
All right. See you
bye-bye.
later. All
Yes,
right.
sir. Bye-bye. Bye.